Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Can confirm. Where's all those players telling me they did their research? It's gold, great project, great leadership, etc. Lol. Where are you, bro? You know, I've talked about posts and people like this many times on this channel, not only when it comes to ZBCN, but also when it comes to other projects. Everybody in this space always acts like they know what they're talking about, what a pump and dump is, how to spot it, and how to avoid it. Let me show you guys something here. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. I am not a financial advisor. Always do your own research before investing. Okay, so this is SUI. We got into SUI all the way down here. I believe I probably even brought it to my channel around, 80 cents, 90 cents, somewhere down here, right? And it rallied like crazy. It was gaining a lot of momentum. Everybody was talking about it. The price kept going up. I didn't buy all the way up here. I was not chasing or I was not adding to my position. I was taking profits. That's the way that I operate. Now, we capped out at 535 and then it started to come down like crazy. It came all the way down to $1.74. Does this mean that was a pump and dump because it had a massive retracement? Absolutely not. You see, what you got to realize in crypto is extremely volatile. It doesn't matter what coin you're holding, it's extremely volatile. You're going to see massive moves towards the upside sometimes, and you're going to see equally as vicious moves towards the downside. It's just the space that we're in. Crypto doesn't operate like traditional markets. You could have a solid project, excellent team, real-world utility, but if sentiment shifts or token unlocks happen or whales take profits, boom, the chart tanks. That's just how things go. So that's why you always have to be prepared. It's not about blindly holding or panicking, it's about being strategic. Now, I was asked a question in the comment section if I was DCAing into Zebec right now, and I say no because my cost basis is basically at the floor. And I have certain rules for myself, and one of those rules is I don't dollar cost average up. I only dollar cost average down. I know a lot of people do the opposite. Some even FOMO at the top thinking, what if it keeps going? But trust me, that's a recipe for disaster. But let's get into some positives. So this person says, to those who doubted, sold early, or lost confidence, thank you. Your actions have provided me with an opportunity to strategically average down my position. From my perspective, everything is unfolding as anticipated. If you entered ZBCN expecting instant gains from the initial surge, I'm afraid that was a misconception. The real value lies ahead when the price moves into the cent range, then into the tens of cents, and eventually into the dollar territory. This growth will come as broader institutional adoption takes hold, and that momentum is approaching rapidly. So this person remains extremely bullish here on ZBCN, and what they said is absolutely correct. If you're down on your position, then you could DCA down on your position, but you got to be very smart and strategic about it because, again, ZBCN had rallied, viciously towards the upside. Okay? So if you bought it at the very peak, instead of dollar cost averaging down every time ZBCN dips like 10 or 20%, you should wait until it dips at least at minimum 50% before you take another position in ZBCN. You got to be smart about your entry prices. It's okay that sometimes people make a mistake and they buy something at the all-time highs, but just make sure if the thing had already rallied viciously by the time you got in clearly a bit late. So you want to wait until the coin retraces at least 50% before adding to your position. And then, if it retraces from that point, then you wait another 50% to add more towards your position. You just got to be strategic, right? That's always the best way to go about these things. But if we come back here to CoinMarketCap, we can see that actually ZBCN went down a bit even more because right now it's down almost 17% in the last 24 hours. The market cap is $23 million. The volume is up a little bit. The volume is up 25% in the last 24 hours. But due to a lot of sell pressure, what is this right here? Talk about desperation. Someone is about to be liquidated. Sam CEO is about to rug pull. Okay, you see people anyway. I didn't want to talk about that. Now, one of the reasons why there's a lot of sell pressure for ZBCN is obviously this right here. So what you're looking at is the token unlock period, and the next one is scheduled for around July 15th. So that is about a week away, and that's going to be 2.112% of the supply. The last time leading up to the token unlock, we saw a lot of sell pressure. The time before that, we saw a lot of sell pressure. Time before that, sell pressure again. It's just the way that things go, right? People don't like token unlocks. It adds towards sell pressure. And that's why ZBCN is coming down even more today, because people are aware that, there's going to be an unlock that's happening in just a week. We get an unlock that happens once a month, and this goes all the way into March of 2026. I believe it ends in March, yes. So it goes all the way in March of 2026, and then all the tokens will be unlocked, and then, we don't have to worry about this anymore. Now, we get 2.12% of the tokens being unlocked all the way up until September 15th. And then afterwards, it's going to be 1.04% of the tokens that's going to be unlocked. So, I think that'll be a little bit less of a sell pressure, but let's get into the charts here on ZBCN and see what we're dealing with. All right, so right now you can see on this indicator, you can find it down below. It's called Trade Assist. It lets you know when's a good time to buy and sell crypto, but we're still in this bearish momentum here on the indicator, right? So that's not necessarily a great sign, okay? And if I move this here, we can see that ZBCN, it's really coming down. If you guys have been watching my ZBCN videos over the last week, I've talked about how I felt like ZBCN could be coming down to around 0.0021, somewhere around that area before bouncing. Now, what we've seen in the past after the token unlock is a nice move towards the upside, okay? So I do think after the token unlock, we're going to see a little bit of a bounce that happens here on the charts, but how much of a bounce? I don't know. But we're supposed to get some news in a few days on Wednesday on ZBCN, and so if the news is really bullish and positive, maybe it could add to buy pressure. We'll see what ends up happening in a few days. Now, the reason why ZBCN is going down the way that it's going down is because of this massive rally towards the upside that happened in such a short amount of time. And again, if you guys have been following me, we got into ZBCN literally all the way down here at the bottom of the charts. But we're not the only ones. Lots of people got in ZBCN very early. And if you get into something early, what do? You take profits, right? And that's all we're seeing right now. We're seeing people take profits in mass amounts. The warning signs were there. ZBCN did reach a peak of this massive rally, and I've talked about it in the past. This double top that I still have circled. Yeah, the double top happened. ZBCN started to retrace, but during this time period, people were coming out with meme coins. And on ZBCN, as you can see here, I actually have them pulled up. They are not doing well whatsoever. They literally both just completely crashed, and no one wants anything to do with those meme coins. But again, there are certain signs which show that we have reached the top of a certain rally on some coins. And with the double top that happened here in the charts, the meme coins that were being dropped, that was clearly a pretty strong indication that some sort of retracement was about to happen. And I've talked about that in the past. So it's not like I'm just telling you guys this for the first time because the price is coming down. Absolutely not. I've mentioned that many times if you guys have been following my ZBCN videos. So, the two main reasons why the price is coming down are 1, the token unlock, and 2, people are taking profits because they are up a good amount on their investment. Even you guys that got in with me all the way down here around like 0007, you're still up on your investments. So people are taking profits, unlock period is coming out. But if you're someone that believes in the project for the long term, then you shouldn't be worried about the day-to-day volatility in the price. Ultimately, it all comes down to you guys doing your own research. I always tell you guys, don't buy something because I bought it. Don't become bullish on something because I'm bullish on it. And also, make sure you know where you're buying these things, because I've been covering ZBCN before that massive rally. I was making pretty much daily videos on ZBCN for like a month straight or something like that, before that massive rally towards the upside. So make sure you guys know where you're getting your information from, who you're listening to, and what your investment thesis is. Because ultimately, you are responsible for your own trades. ZBCN still has potential. This isn't the end of the line. It's just another chapter. If you stay level-headed, play the long game, manage your risk, you'll be in a better position than most. So don't panic. Plan. Be patient. Let the charts do their thing. Let time reward you. And with that said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Stay safe, stay sharp, and stay profitable. Let us know in the comments below. I really want to hear your take. Was this video helpful? Smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe for more altcoin breakdowns and crypto market deep dives. And if you think someone else needs to see this opportunity, go ahead and share it. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay smart, stay skeptical, and stay invested in narratives that actually make sense.